so stressful to make those videos for YouTube because, um, I was recording a video and all of a sudden my phone told me that I don't have enough memory. And this is why I make videos, I post videos so rare because it's just, it's much easier to just go live and just talk as I would just talk to you sitting in the kitchen or something like that versus when you make a video. And I don't know, it's just stressful to make a video. So I was in the middle of making a video on the grammar of the creed of the symbol of Orthodox faith, and like the symbol, right? And it stopped recording and it tells me that I don't have memory on my phone. And I just said, you know what, let me just go live and just make this short episode. I still will post a video. I just wanted to post it before the weekend, but well, let me see. When I write and then I make a video, maybe I can do that. How do I do that? No, because I think it has to be reversed. Yeah. So anyway, let me see how I can't adjust it. So I was talking on the video about the part of Oche. So remember the Lord's Prayer, and remember when we were learning together the Lord's Prayer a year ago. And in the first part, if somebody didn't watch that video, you can find it on the channel and you look for part 1. And so at the Lord's Prayer, the beginning is Отче наш, Отче, right? So now we go to the present time, and we learn the creed, the symbol of Orthodox faith. And here it starts with верую во единого Бога Отца Вседержителя. So, Отца, this is the noun I was talking about when my video stopped recording. Отца. So we have 2 prayers, Lord's Prayer and we have Creed. And in both of them, we have one noun, which is in a different form. In Lord's Prayer, the noun Отче, Отче наш, Отче. And I wrote it here. It's just probably you see it in an upside down. So, Отче. And in the symbol, Отца Вседержителя, Father Almighty, right? It says that I believe in Father, so it's in Father Almighty, which is Отца Вседержителя. Our Father, Отче наш, Father Almighty, Отца Вседержителя. And the Lord's Prayer, we have noun Father. In the Creed, which is our Father. In the Creed, we have the noun Father, which is Father Almighty. So why in English this noun sounds the same, Father and Father, and in Church Slavonic it sounds Отче and Отца. Отче наш, Отца Вседержителя. It's because it has different cases. So it's the same noun, but it's used in different cases. And here I started to explain that Отче, which is Отче наш, is used in vocative case, and Отца, Отца Вседержителя, Father Almighty, is used in accusative case. What's the difference? A vocative case is used when noun is being addressed, which means, for example, let's say I want to say, let me give you an example in English. I will say, like let's say I talk to John, and John asks me, what is your favorite dessert? And I want to answer him that my favorite dessert is ice cream, right? So here's me and John tells me, what is your favorite dessert? And I tell him, ice cream, John. So the noun John here is used in a vocative case, right? I'm addressing John. I say, ice cream, John. The same the same sentence, the same case will be in a sentence, I know John. For example, John tells me something, the fact that I know, he tells me, you know, blah, 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 blah. And I want to tell him, I know John. So I know John, right? So here, John is used in vocative case. And if I say, I know John, which is like, I know him, I know John, then I will say, I know, I will use a comma, and then I will say, I mean without comma. I say, I know John, right? I know, I know Jake, and I know Bill, and I know that man, and I know this girl. So I say, I know John. But when I use it, when John is addressed, I use it with a comma. I say, I know, comma, John. Like John tells me, you know, tomorrow will be cold. And I say, I know, John. So I say, I know, comma, John. And so that John is an vocative case. And in Russian language, which is like in Church Slavonic language, in vocative case, we use the ending E. And so we will say Отче. Отче наш, our Father, which is not, it's not meant that our Father or His Father. It means in Отче наш, in Lord's Prayer, that Отче means that we say Father, the one that who is our. We are addressing to the Father, right? We don't say Father is our. We don't say, but we say Father, the one that is our, the one that is in heaven. So that's why we address to the Father and we say Отче. And in Creed, when we say Отца Вседержителя, Father Almighty in Creed, it's accusative case. So accusative case identifies the noun that is the object. For example, first of all, we say all the time. We use like in Father Almighty. So, how would I explain that? I don't know. Let me think how will I explain it in English. In Father Almighty, in Father Almighty. So, in Father, Отца, I believe. So, okay, look. There's I believe, I as object, believe is verb, and so Отца, Father, is the subject. So I guess that's how I will explain the accusative case, right? The accusative case is always object, and so in object, in Father. This is why here the ending is a, atsa, but actually it's just the same noun, father, in both. So just why I'll explain that is when you learn the creed, when you learn it, I just want you to know each word and the meaning of each word. I don't want you to just mechanically memorize it and then you just say it and you don't even know what you're talking about, you know? You can just mechanically memorize the whole all the words, and then you will just mechanically tell that, and yes, you know what it means in English. So you know the whole idea. But if I point you to each word of the creed, then you won't, it won't have sense to you. What is that word? Why do we say this word like this and that word? So, and if we go word by word and if we learn it word by word, then you will know and it will make sense, and then it will come like here a little puzzle, a piece of puzzle, there a piece of puzzle, and then it will all come and give you the whole idea. So when we say Отца Вседержителя, Отца Вседержителя, Father Almighty, so then Отца is the Father, is the same as in Отче in Lord's Prayer, but you will just know that it's the same word, it's the same noun, just in different cases. This is why it has different endings, but then you know that it's just the same word. So Father Almighty, Отца Вседержителя. Actually, Almighty, it's just the same word, like Вседержителя. Look, Almighty, we write it Almighty, all plus mighty. Вседержителя is the same thing. Все держителя. So все means all. Держителя means mighty. And then all plus mighty became one word, Almighty. And the same with Вседержителя. Все держителя, there were two words, все держителя. And then they combined into one word, Вседержителя. So Отца Вседержителя, exactly the same thing as Father Almighty. So now you will know it, and soon, I mean, just in a couple of days, I will hopefully post a new video from the first member of the creed, and there you will already know that Отца Вседержителя means all Almighty. I mean Father Almighty. It means Father Almighty. So it's very stressful to make those videos. It's for me, it's something new that I'm still learning. And on the camera, I'm not used to talk to myself. I'm not used to talk to the camera, and I feel like kind of anxiety, and then I get confused. So thank you for your patience, and let's just keep learning it because it's so much fun. It's so interesting. I just have to adjust and to get more comfortable with working with a camera. Bye, friends.